In the smouldering wake of Emperor Nero's disastrous reign, the heart of Rome is a scarred, burnt landscape. Nero had selfishly seized this devastated acreage to build his Domus Aurea, a staggering, self-indulgent palace complex, complete with a massive, private, artificial lake. But the new Emperor Vespasian makes a brilliant, populist calculation. He orders the sprawling lake completely drained, reclaiming the luxurious private estate to build a colossal public amphitheater. The land is violently returned to the people of Rome, setting the literal and political foundation for the greatest entertainment venue the ancient world will ever see. Though the modern world knows it instantly as the Colosseum, this soaring arena bears a completely different official title at its birth. The Flavian Amphitheater, named in honor of Vespasian's ruling family dynasty. The famous nickname that echoes through history will not actually arrive for centuries. It is eventually inspired by the Colossus, a staggering 100-foot tall L bronze statue of the sun god, originally modeled after the despised Nero. That looms ominously just outside the arena's gates. For now, however, this gleaming travertine structure is strictly a Flavian triumph, entirely designed to erase the memory of the emperor who came before. This architectural miracle does not rise from the Roman earth peacefully. It is paid for in blood and funded by massive imperial conquest. The incredibly rapid construction of the amphitheater is financed almost entirely by the unimaginable wealth looted from the Second Jewish Temple during the brutal siege of Jerusalem in 70 AD. Furthermore, the grueling, back-breaking physical labor required to quarry and haul the millions of tons of travertine stone is carried out by tens of thousands of Jewish captives brought back to Rome in chains. The arena is quite literally built upon the total subjugation of a conquered people, a monumental trophy of Roman military might. Vespasian's eldest son, Titus, officially inaugurates the completed arena with a spectacle of unprecedented, staggering violence. He declares exactly 100 days of continuous, bloody games to mark the grand opening. The sheer scale of the slaughter is almost impossible for the modern mind to comprehend. Tens of thousands of Roman citizens pack the stands to witness brutal, hand-to-hand gladiatorial combat, and the systematic extermination of an estimated 9,000 exotic wild animals brought from the farthest edges of the empire. The sands of the arena floor are repeatedly soaked in blood, establishing the amphitheater's terrifying reputation from day one. Vespasian's younger son, Domitian, finally completes the immense structure by excavating the arena floor and adding the hypogeum. This hidden labyrinthine basement is a massive, complex network of dark underground tunnels holding cages and ingenious wooden trapdoors. It operates as the bleeding heart of the amphitheater, used to dramatically hoist armed gladiators, elaborate stage scenery, and terrified wild beasts directly onto the sunlit sands above. With this permanent basement installed, the arena can no longer be flooded for the mythical mock-sea battles of its earliest days, trading naval spectacles for theatrical, clockwork precision in the dark. Beyond the brutal spectacles on the sand, the building itself is an absolute masterpiece of ancient civic engineering and crowd control. The massive amphitheater is designed to hold between 50,000 and 80,000 screaming spectators at maximum capacity. To manage this human tidal wave, Roman architects devise a highly advanced ticketing system, utilizing numbered arches and designated walkways. This brilliant layout allows tens of thousands of citizens from every social class to enter, locate their exact seats, and exit safely in a matter of minutes, a revolutionary design philosophy that is still universally used in modern sports stadiums today. As the centuries crawl forward, the relentless machinery of the Roman Empire begins to fracture and slow. The Western Empire falls into terminal decline, and as Christianity rises to become the dominant state religion, public appetites for casual slaughter fundamentally change. The grand, bloody spectacles that once defined the city slowly fade into memory. The very last recorded gladiatorial combat takes place on the aging sands in 435 AD, and the exotic animal hunts are finally legally banned in 523 AD. The roaring crowds depart forever, leaving the colossal stone amphitheater standing silently over a rapidly changing, increasingly fractured world. Without the endless wealth and dedicated administration of the imperial treasury to maintain its massive bulk, the neglected Colosseum quickly falls into severe disrepair. Nature slowly begins to reclaim the monumental architecture. A series of devastating, violent earthquakes rock the Italian peninsula, most notably the catastrophic tremors of 847 and 1349 AD. Unable to withstand the seismic shocks without its iron clamps, the massive southern side of the outer travertine ring entirely collapses into a mountain of rubble. The perfect, unbroken oval of the ancient arena is permanently shattered, giving the building its famous, jagged modern silhouette. During the chaotic centuries of the Middle Ages, the ruined arena undergoes a completely radical transformation. It ceases entirely to be a venue for public entertainment and is instead absorbed directly into the fabric of the medieval city. The dark, vaulted corridors are aggressively subdivided into humble housing, bustling workshops, stables for livestock, and quiet quarters for a religious order. Eventually, the soaring ruins are even fortified, transformed into a heavily guarded, makeshift castle for the powerful Frangipani family. The former epicenter of imperial glory is repurposed into a gritty, self-contained medieval neighborhood, built within ancient bones. For hundreds of years, the deeply scarred, abandoned Colosseum is treated not as a historical monument, but as a massive, incredibly convenient stone quarry. Pope after pope authorizes the systematic plundering of its remaining walls. Tons of its fallen, masterfully carved travertine blocks and the valuable lead and iron clamps holding the stonework together are aggressively stripped away. This ancient, bloody stone is carted across the city to build the glowing palaces, bridges, and grand cathedrals of Renaissance Rome, including significant portions of St. Peter's Basilica. The Colosseum is literally dismantled to construct the modern heart of the Catholic Church. The relentless, centuries-long plundering of the ancient structure finally comes to a halt when Pope Benedict XVI steps in with a dramatic decree. He officially consecrates the crumbling, overgrown building to the Passion of Christ, declaring the soil sacred and honoring it as a sanctified site where early Christian martyrs bravely shed their blood. While modern historical consensus generally agrees that most large-scale Roman martyrdoms actually occurred across the river at the Circus of Nero, this powerful religious redesignation fundamentally saves the amphitheater. It instantly transforms the sprawling, ruined quarry into a protected, holy pilgrimage site, as the romantic, ivy-draped ruins become a mandatory, deeply fashionable stop on the European Grand Tour. The papacy finally recognizes the urgent need for structural preservation. Fearing the imminent collapse of the remaining free-standing walls, Popes Pius VII and Leo X commission massive, desperate engineering interventions in the early 1800s. Architects design and construct the distinct, heavy brick wedges that still cap the broken ends of the outer ring today. These vital, visible repairs permanently stabilize the jagged silhouette of the ruins, preventing the final destruction of the ancient walls, while adding a new, distinct layer of history to the stonework. In the late 19th and 20th centuries, modern archaeology finally reaches the arena. The centuries of accumulated earth and medieval debris are systematically excavated from the center, dramatically revealing the dark, labyrinthine maze of the Hypogeum to the open air once more. Today, stripped of its marble seating and its bloody sand, the amphitheater stands as the single most iconic, immediately recognizable symbol of the entire Roman Empire. It draws millions of awestruck visitors every single year, existing in a state of constant, incredibly careful restoration, a battered but defiant survivor of 2 millennia of human triumph, cruelty, and reinvention.